Hello, everyone. I'm excited today because we have something that we've never had before, a Stargate game. Seriously, you would think something like Stargate would have been extremely gamegetic. I used gamegetic in the same sense that someone would use toygetic when referring to Transformers toys and My Little Pony toys. But it turns out the last Stargate video game we had was the 1994 movie game from Acclaim. We've had all these canceled games. We've had a role-playing game that released once in 1998 before D&D 3 3rd edition came out. And nobody knew what D20 was. This is not looking great. Oh, and we have an online card game that beat Hearthstone by 6 years and failed in 7 months. You know, my hopes were higher than this. Let's get into the actual footage part of this, shall we? Now, remember, in a First Forte, I normally would just record the entirety of the game for 2 hours. And then, do it live and no script or anything. But I felt like that would do you a disservice. And that it might waste your time. So first off, I want to emphasize this. This is frozen footage. Yeah, the game froze my OBS. I had to log out. And oh dear God! Audio! Oh my God, what the hell? Audio balancing! It's the right music. It's the right backtrack sound effects. It's the Stargate gong and everything, but fuck! And it took a minute for me to realize my footage was frozen. Now we get a briefing, and we also get an opening cutscene. Unlike every other RTS before this where you got one or the other, both of which convey the same information. What was the point of that? It does this for every mission, by the way. I played 4 missions before I got too sick of it to continue. This is a great cutscene. In-game, mostly in-game engine. You know, they did some little enhancement work. This is on maximum graphics. This is as good as it looks. I don't know what I was expecting here. I mean, Stargate is, a titan of entertainment. It has been, up until 2011, it was on the air for nearly 20 years. I wish that was a joke. But it was. Between the first movie and 2011, that's 18 years in which we had Stargate TV shows. This is the first video game we've gotten since the movie game for the fucking Super Nintendo. I want you to realize how old that makes you feel. And this is what we're... So these characters were invented, and this entire story was invented for this game.
Max.
You're not going to see any of the canon Stargate cast or hear any of them deliver voice lines for this entire game.
Okay.
I'm alive. Is there anyone else
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
No one that's breathing.
What about
So,
this
original
one?
story.
Have you heard anything?
Okay, you know what? I can shift gears. I can get behind that. Original story. You guys tried.
See
It's
over there?
definitely a Stargate
Cold
story. I'll
Warriors.
give you credit there.
They're trying to break through the ice. Isn't SG-1 down there?
Yeah, the old outpost of the ancients. We've got to stop the cull.
You know what?
You
could
know,
stop
this
them?
is...
That cliff.
They give you a hand-holdy kind of briefing so you know what to
A
do.
lot of firepower.
Very, very
What
hand-holdy
about a ship's
on
captain?
every mission. Every
Yeah?
single one of them.
Yeah, that might do it.
As
let's
hand-holdy
try it.
as you see
head
right
to
before
that
you
ship over
is
there.
as hand-holdy as they get.
Oh, have you got any weapons?
And it's every
Only my
single
fists.
mission.
Same. So
You're
we'll
given
have to find
what is
some.
effectively a tutorial for the entire level.
Let's get looking.
This is on normal.
Shouldn't SG-1
The
be out
difficulty
by
is
now?
on
I don't
normal.
know how long they need.
Showing you my settings now. I have the graphics on max. I can't get rid of the film grain. It's there. There's no option to turn it off. I tried. I tried the chromatic abbreviation. That didn't work. I tried turning all the settings on and off. I'm just showing you this now real quick. There's nothing. There's no way for me to turn off that film grain. It's there. That's a creative decision, apparently. There's also decisions to turn off various features to make the game harder. And there's three settings: story, normal, and hard. The game wants to start you on story, which made me curious what normal was like, because this is what the by the way, you can't pick up an item you're standing directly on. You have to move off of it. That's what I was doing that entire time. It was stalling through that to point that out. You can't pick up an item. And this is a stealth game. A stealth RTS. Okay? You know what? We had a pirate stealth RTS game. It was great. It was wonderful fun. Shadow Crew, check it out. The company went out of business recently, but man, did they make a great stealth game.
Oscar Mike.
Let's see what we got here.
Got it.
Now, it takes me a minute to realize that I can crouch. And that striped line up there, there's no tutorial for the crouch, by the way. There's none. That striped line, when you're crouched, you can't be detected. You can walk right through it. But this really does...
Oscar Mike.
Well, that happened. As you can see, pathfinding has some issues.
No problem.
And I'm given no instructions. Get used to hearing that sound. That's a sound I added. We're going to see it a lot.
Shoot.
I wish I was kidding. But, you know, you can knock enemies out.
Sure thing.
And not kill them. To remove them as a permanent problem. There's no way to do a follow-up blow. And those three guys there digging out the ship just completely ignore what just happened.
No problem.
I walked right up to them.
It's,
I am now spotted by an enemy that I didn't even see.
One word for it.
Because if I center the camera on my characters, I can't see that enemy.
We need to focus, okay?
Roger that.
Oh, and he can shoot me now. So long as he has line of sight. It does not matter range. I tested this. I moved all the way... I did that again and moved all the way back to the ship just to see. So long as he has a direct line, it does not matter how far away I am. He can shoot me.
Here we go.
Oh, distractions don't work on people who are alerted. I get him knocked out. And immediately, for no apparent reason, that guy turned around. And then went back to what he was doing.
Problem.
I'm very confused.
Right on it.
Anyway.
Got it.
What was that? Oscar Mike.
But you didn't move. I did what you told me to.
We'll go.
Remember how I said you can't pick up items you're standing directly on? And how enemies, so long as they have a clear line, it doesn't matter what their range is? That's 3. Oh, look. So we're going to try to distract them. And turns out there's an AoE to this. Unlike in Hitman, where if I throw that coin, it lands anywhere near you. You go investigate. No, this has a little tiny AoE square. Circle?
Roger.
Square. I say square because it might show a circle, but the game's in square grids. I checked. It has an X and Y axis. And no actual circles. Which is kind of weird. It's actually just a straight up
Sure
grid.
thing.
Well, that went poorly. Let's see if we can, you know, get this again. Or that guy could turn around for no reason and we get Death 4.
Roger.
We've got the submachine
Here
gun
we
now.
go.
Finally.
We'll go.
Apparently those two guys got knocked out and woke up and forgot that they were ever knocked the fuck out. Notice the timer at the top telling me since my last save.
Let's move.
Let's go.
Devs, do you have any idea how discouraging and infuriating that is? Tutorial for the P90 submachine gun, a trademark of something Stargate, because all the time they have P90s. After season 2, that was the thing. They just had P90s. It's one of the best submachine guns in the world.
Affirmative. Got it.
Well, that could have gone better.
Sure thing.
What do you need? We'll go.
I'm just going to take a hit here. Apparently just walking up to this guy. Casually. Knocking him out. Getting my rifle. I'm frustrated at this point with the game. I'm just going to be open. I'm frustrated at this point. I had to like stop for a minute, go cool down, and come back. By the way, minus cut. What the fuck was that? Excuse you?
Yeah, of course. Well, you know,
So post-edit Fiaura here, this entire segment was actually unlistenable, so I'm re-recording it. In that homeboy back there, you know, my homie Jaffa that has let me casually knock him unconscious with no argument about the hand-to-hand combat part, is going to perpetually re-alert the entire game and prevent me from saving. You heard that correctly. He will prevent me from saving. Hit the guy with a tranquilizer dart, which is about as ineffective as you think it is. This game has a lot of instances where it wants you to be not... Oh, it's a blinding dart. It's not even a... How do you hit someone with blinding poison and they unblind in like 3 seconds? I get he's a Jaffa, and that's like a thing where they can heal themselves. But it's a toxin made for Jaffa. Look how fast this man is going to unblind himself before I can get up to him. And that man walked over for no reason. He wasn't even facing... That guy up there at the top, he wasn't even facing that direction. You'll see him later. He wasn't even facing that direction. He walked over and investigated that body for no discernible reason. And now he's raised the alarm.
No problem.
Well... I don't know why he ran up there. And now you're seeing the infinite range.
Let's hear it. Let's go.
That guy literally fired that staff blast faster than I could react. On both instances. Death number 5. I still can't save, by the way. Because homeboy way back there with those 2 corpses is perpetually alerted. I can't save. I am stuck here in this position for fucking ever. Because I saved right after I knocked him out.
Oscar Mike.
Now I've already looked ahead and saw that and immediately knew, don't go on the ground. There's like 20 guys there. That's how you get murderlated. It was just me checking all their lines of sight to figure out who can see me up here, because I guarantee you someone can. And will. It turns out it's the guy talking to them. It's just the guy talking to them.
Yep. Sure thing.
Now that path, her pathfinding works. His does not, because his circle, which is actually a square, again, it's not a circle. I feel like I must clarify at this point because I brought it up twice. In the game's actual code, there is not the geometric decimal points of a grid for someone to physically stand in to create a circle. In other words, there's no partial squares that a character can occupy. The interface shows a circle. The interface is lying to you. This is actually an XY grid. The Z-axis also is lying to you in that it's not a smooth transition at, you know, at a percentage amount between levels. It's 0.25. You're either at 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1, and so on up to 6. or you're not anywhere on the z-axis. And on the xy axis, it is straight solid numbers. So you're either in a square or not, which is why the hitboxes are so funky. And why the interface isn't matching the hitboxes. I looked in the game's code. It wasn't that hard. They're INI files that somebody forgot to encrypt. Good job. We'll cross that line. But because I'm crouched, this is the point where I discover, oh, if you're crouched, you can walk through the striped area and not be detected. It didn't tell me that in any of the tutorials. Note that that says lethal. It says lethal on that item. It says it will kill them. Okay? I want you to note that it says that it kills.
Yep.
Lethal, single attack.
We'll go.
He doesn't even fall over. I know what he is from the show.
Oscar Mike.
They're these warriors who take a shitload of damage and get back up over and over again. But that's a disruptor that's supposed to kill them. And he just shrugs it off. Okay.
No problem.
This is it telling me to whistle to attract people. And then me going, no, wait a minute. That seems like a bad idea. One, because that guy's suddenly on high alert for no discernible reason. He came back to consciousness, didn't start looking around until I walked over there, and then suddenly he's like, what about?
Now you're talking.
Okay, neat. And then me deciding the whistle's a bad idea because your character has to physically move to the spot they're going to whistle from, instead of you telling them to whistle in a direction and attract people.
Got an idea?
So I'm just going to gun him down.
I don't think so.
Let's move.
Here
Okay.
we go.
Problem solved. You can't move bodies, by the way. You can't. You cannot relocate bodies. You can't hide them. They're just where they fall. I have to stare at this and go, these are
Sure thing.
military trained personnel and we can't move bodies.
Roger.
What? Anyway, I'm trying to figure out this puzzle because I got to move all the way down to the crash site down there and then get up to the gun over there and not get, you know, deadified because I only have one hit point on both characters. So I'm thinking to myself, how do I do this? There are a lot of enemies here, and I have been given insufficient firepower. Also, her arc for throwing those shells to distract people is really shit. It does not arc over anything. It does. Her grenades don't either when she gets those, and they're flashbangs. You get so many non-lethal things, and nothing really lethal besides the gun that has very limited uses. You are literally encouraged to not fight. In a game based on a TV show where nearly every single fucking episode, someone with a goddamn submachine gun empties 30 rounds into someone's chest. That happens a lot. Stargate has a lot of brutal death. No questions asked, no hesitation. There's a lot of dead Jaffa. And this game is
Roger.
telling me not to fight people. Okay. Well, I'll just sneak past them, right?
If we've got a really powerful weapon, then Anubis is right where we want him.
You cannot
His
be
whole-
serious. 6! 6! Now's your chance to decide how many times I'm going to die. I turned around and went and killed him, and now we're doing, you know, fast through this section because I have to replay this entire segment. This entire segment. The whole thing. Every little bit of it. By the way, she didn't pick up the ammunition. I have to live with that mistake. Because I didn't realize she didn't pick up the ammunition. Because I wasn't holding shift when I clicked on it. Instead of a left click, right click system, it's shift left click to pick up items. Down to 1 hit point. That guy's dead. We're finally back here.
Hey, here we go.
I have cut 27 minutes of footage at this point in recording.
Now you're talking.
You can see this video is not 27 minutes long. I have 4 hours of footage. Now, question. What do you think's going to happen here? I got to ask. A, am I going to kill them both because I see them both light up and, you know, they're in the hitbox and I should definitely probably kill them. B, I'm going to miss both somehow. C, or D, a hitbox glitches and I make up for it because I have gamer skill and reaction time.
Got an idea? Do not move. Sure thing.
If you answered D, you were correct.
Yes?
Pat yourself on the back. Yes, we have an actual death counter. So the question in the comments is, what is it? Hit the like button.
Problem.
I need other people to see this video so they know better than to try this game. Normally, a first impression is 2 hours. I've played this for 4. And this truly is just a what the fuck moment. That rifle wasn't even pointed at that guy, and it fucking killed him. He literally snapped it at the last second, and I'm like, are you joking? And the knockout time here is 10 seconds. 10.
Sure thing.
10 fucking seconds. I'm sorry, you've been knocked unconscious. You should be out for longer than 10 seconds.
Let's go.
Awaiting orders.
Also, Jafar are usually better in hand-to-hand combat than this.
If we've got a really powerful weapon,
I'm just
then
saying,
Anubis is right where we
they're
want
usually better.
him. His whole fleet is
I mean,
there.
Tilk's a badass with that staff.
And control the tech. If we lose this battle, we
I
might have
finally
an
get
impact on
here.
Nothing dampened
And I
Shiro's
can't save.
outlook.
Because that guy's on alert. I can't save. Just
Roger.
not allowed.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. Oh, look, the other guy came over here for no reason. They're out of communication range, by the way, but he came over there anyway. That's 7. Those guys are distracted by a shell casing.
Got it.
Let's go.
We've got
Ready
a-
for 8?
Or SG-1 could be in serious.
She's out of range and line of sight. So what do you think's gonna happen again? I don't compensate for it this time.
Weapon, then Anubis is right where we want him. His whole fleet is
I
here.
have no idea what actually spotted me here,
And control.
but 10 fingers of dead bodies.
Hey,
This is the first mission. It's a tutorial. Come and get me. Come on, come on, come and get me. Come and get me. Psych! 11. Okay, that was my fault.
Right on it.
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have got your hopes up. I am actually going to show you guys me getting through this. Like, that's gonna happen. I promise. I assure you that that's gonna happen. Did I mention how bad the SMG mechanics are? Because that guy just walked into a hail of bullets and died after the bullets were flying.
if we've got a really
I have
powerful
no idea
weapon,
what's spotting
then
me here.
Anubis is right where we want him.
Like, I
His
really
whole
don't, but
fleet
that
is
line
here.
of sight's
Only if we can
insane.
find and control.
I think it's one of the
tech.
crawl.
If we lose this battle, we might have a new god come morning.
Nothing dampens Shiro's outlook.
Roger.
I mean, I can click on guys to see their line of sight at least, but with nothing but non-lethal options, and now not having any SMG bullets, I really don't have a lot of options at this point.
Affirmative.
Yeah, that's right. You're allowed to carry 5 bursts. Make them count.
Got it.
Come on, run, bitch, run!
We've got to hurry.
And I crouch,
SG-1
and they
could be
suddenly
in
can't see
serious
me.
danger.
That is the
Maybe they
game
don't need our
mechanic. You
help
literally
if
just
this
crouch and they
ancient
can't see you.
tag is
The
so
fuck?
great.
Why is this
You
so
just sit back and
hard?
watch the show.
I can't save.
Ever the sniper, Max.
Why can't I save? None of them are alerted. Why can't I say... You've got to be kidding me. The guy from an hour ago, give or take, has spotted the same dead body for the 4th time. And now they're on alert way back there on the other end of the level, and I can't save because they're on alert, but they have 0 chance of actually ever finding me. Neato! This is fine. 2 full minutes for them to return to... And you can't save until they fully return to their patrol position. Not when the alert goes down. No, no, no. They have to fully return to their patrol position, and then you can save. So I've got to save now. I just have to get through this part. Mostly non-lethally. And get to that ship cannon.
Let's move.
That's all I have to do. Just take my time. Sneak behind some rocks. Remember that the striped line, he can't see me. Not create any more bodies that I can't move. This is the first mission. I'm still in the tutorial. I understand.
Oscar Mike.
You want to make your game hard and difficult. But this doesn't even get good scrub. This is, you know, fix your hit detection. Fix your basic game mechanics. Explain to the player that you can enter tactical mode at the beginning of the game instead of explaining it to me on Mission 3! That was not explained to me until Mission 3. I had to learn that on my own during Mission 1. But it's not explained to me until Mission 3. I was only told I could speed up time, not that I could pause it. Now we just wait for Patrol Guy to go back the other way. And we pause the game. Tell him to move over here where he can't be seen. Blind dart that guy. Blind dart that guy. By the way, tactical mode on 4 separate occasions forgot my commands. So my command sequence was just forgotten.
Let's go.
And now I want to point this out. I enter tactical mode to make sure. I can't move the camera over to center it on the characters. This is as far as I can physically move it. I get that, you know, Red Alert had that where the edge of the screen was the edge of the screen. But that was 25 years ago. Well, yeah, about 25 years ago. What the fuck is going on here? So now I have to sneak up.
Need something?
It is not enjoyable. I blind that guy so his patrol route stops and he sits there and tries to figure out why he can't see. Walk up, click on it like 3 times, and then remember, oh, I have to shift left click. Not just right click, not just left click, shift left click to get it. And then it plays the cutscene. So then the cutscene has nothing that was there on the tactical map whatsoever. And, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Don't show how difficult this actually was. And then makes my characters into a total, absolute badass.
Cover your ears.
The sniper rifle normally has an 8-second cooldown. That was not 8 seconds. It was like 3.5. I checked.
Let it rip.
Why can't I do this with these characters when I'm controlling them? That would be appreciated.
Hopefully that'll buy SG-1 some time. Let's move out.
That's not my completion time. Nor is that my number of loaded saves. This entire screen is a lie. What do you want to bet my actual mission time is? You know my loaded saves is 12-ish. What do you think my actual... 51 minutes and 8 seconds for the first mission. That's the basic tutorial. The tutorials keep going, by the way. All 4 missions I've played so far have tutorials in them to explain game mechanics to me. This game only has 20 missions. You took a quarter of that for your tutorial. I hope it gets better. Now again, I must emphasize, we get a fully voiced briefing
was assigned to
And a handhold cutscene on every mission.
Stargate Command. From there, she leads operations in aid of
Thankfully, they don't
Jafari's
replay
resisting
them
the
over and
Torch.
over again. They play them
The
once.
planet Hactal is a base and refuge for female Jafar.
Although, I must point out, if you save the game and restart the game and load the mission, it doesn't play the briefing again. The briefings are also unskippable.
An unexpected threat.
I'm not kidding. If I hit accept, that guy keeps talking. It's like they forgot to, have an audio cut. Give me a tooltip about the Zat gun that I don't have. And I'm not going to have. And it's the only way in the game to remove bodies. And you can only hold 3 charges. Oh, and it gives me another cutscene as if it's a TV show giving a refresher to the thing I just did. This is at the end and beginning of every mission.
Isn't the Lambda site off-world, sir? All right.
See, based on these cutscenes and how frequently they happen, I'm thinking that they expect you to quit the game entirely after each mission, probably in rage-induced frustration, and come back and play it again because you're a rage monkey. That's my working theory.
How much longer till we reach the camp?
You see how long I'm talking? I'm letting this entire cutscene play, so you fully understand how much time I spent in cutscenes. This is the shortest one.
We greatly appreciate your generosity.
I'm going to repeat that. This is the short... I can't press escape, or spacebar, or enter, or hold the click, or anything to skip. I think that's why it doesn't actually play the cutscene when you restart the game and reload the save, because they didn't make them skippable. If I want to replay the mission, I can, but I have to watch the cutscene again.
It might be possible. There are many paths through the forest.
Okay.
What are our options?
After this turn, the path divides. The way to the right leads to the river. There is a bridge we can raise to cross.
I checked the frame stutter here, by the way, because I was trying to figure out, is this taxing my computer?
That leads towards the camp.
So I bring it up. No,
Otherwise, we can
this
turn
isn't
right.
even taxing my
We shall come to a
computer.
great tree with a hidden passage
That's
in its
just the
trunk.
game.
We can open it to let the
And
climber
it stutters in every one of these scenes after the first one.
We must first pass through a clearing.
All 5 of them. Every mission. Frame stutter during this opening cutscene explaining the level. And remember, I played through 4 missions and got 5 of these
We can
scenes.
go whichever way seems safest.
Because you have first mission, second mission, third mission, fourth mission. And I started the 5th mission and said, you know what, I'm done. But at this point, we're doing due diligence. Because I was a game journalist from 2013 to 2020. I still work doing reviews occasionally. And now I'm trying to revive what I used to do in full. So, I'm gonna do my due diligence. I'm gonna go through the entirety of everything I can. And that I hope you will be on this journey with me at this point. Because I need a freaking adult to hug when this is all said and done. My inner Stargate fan is really upset. I've seen every episode more than once, including Stargate Universe. I still liked you. Have an ability, it comes with them.
Affirmative.
If they don't, they don't. And there's no stats. There's no stats. There's no stat upgrades. Nothing. Either you have the ability and you kill it, or you don't and you don't. And here we are sneaking up. You're gonna do a lot of this.
A fine idea.
I try to use her new ability that's unlocked that lets me see things,
Affirmative.
and she just won't do it.
Yes.
I tried it on every mission against a vast majority of different enemy types, and I couldn't figure out what it was for.
Excuse me?
I had, but precise positioning, and you gun them all down.
Got it.
and then she can steal
I can see the
from
benefits of this
unconscious
towering weapon.
enemies and
It gets the job
corpses.
done.
So now she has a staff blast. Now, I want you to tell me if at any point a staff blast is a non-lethal weapon. Her staff blast is a non-lethal weapon. It can't kill anyone. It has AoE. Can't kill anyone. That's not a joke. I didn't see him there. He was in the shadow. And again, the game glitches the hitbox and I don't hit him. And for some reason, her staff is non-lethal. So that's death number 12. I wanted to like this game. I wanted to like the first Stargate SG-1 video game we have ever gotten. I stand corrected. There was one released on iOS. A Stargate SG-1 mobile game released in 2014, 3 years after the last Stargate show ended. And they only released it on iOS, not Android. And no one archived it. And there's no server anymore. And it lasted 10 months. The fuck were they thinking? But if you guessed I was only going to show you 13 times I died, you win in the comments. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Go get yourself a cookie. Because at this point, I'm not going to make you suffer anymore with me. They've got the aesthetic right. They've got the attitude right. They've got the setting right. And all the gameplay is just bad. It's glitchy. It's buggy. The hitboxes don't work right. They got the music so well done, but it's horribly sound balanced. And the entire game is horribly sound balanced. And this is just... it's infuriating. It's an insult. They even set this up like an episodic TV series where each little mission is its own TV episode that's designed to take you 14 to 22 minutes. The show, by the way, had 47-minute episodes because it was on for an hour and then you had to allot for commercials. We finally get a Stargate video game since 1993. It's been 30 years. I was 6 when I played that game. I have footage of it for you on screen now. And I will say, with an absolute straight face, that this is better than what we got 30 years later. Thank you for being here. Thank these people for sponsoring me. By the way, Slytherin tried to give me 2 separate keys to this game. What you're seeing on screen now is my Steam ticket. Why am I showing you my Steam ticket? Well, as you might imagine, both of those keys were already used by someone else. And both of them had been used on the 19th. In other words, the Slytherin staff could not be bothered to make sure what key they sent to what person. And I'm sorry that this may very well end any future key Slytherin wants to give me. But this happened more than once in a single weekend. I had to buy this game. This was not given to me for free. I had to buy this game, and Steam support had to give me special access to record the footage. I want my $30 back. I'm not going to get my $30 back. So Patreon people, thank you so much. Here's the credits for this episode, everybody. Thank these people. On Sunday, I will actually be giving you a review of a game I liked a lot. Like, I'm smiling now. I will actually be giving you a review of a game I absolutely adored, and I will be gushing over it for around 33 minutes. I promise to not gush over that game for 34 minutes. We'll see. Anyway, hit the like button. I want people to know to not buy this game. It no good. I will see you all on stream tonight and tomorrow and Friday. And I'll see you all tomorrow for Stellaris here on YouTube. Go check me out on Twitch. Come and make my day. Because if that stream number goes up, it makes my day. Good morning, everyone.